All right, so we've got this thing working. My friend Clark figured out what was wrong. I'm not sure where he figured it out at, but so some of these audio boards will have a jumper on them, and some of them won't. And so, what he also told me that I didn't realize was this thing was on the club table. It did have a sticker on it. It said sold for as parts, does not work. Okay. And next to it was several spare boards for sale. And I just actually found out this like not too long ago, a few minutes ago after I figured out the problem. So when I got the radio from him, he told me that he did tell me there was a post-it on the top that said for parts doesn't work, blah blah blah. But he thought it worked, he just figured, I don't know, I can't remember what he said. But anyway, he didn't tell me about all the extra parts that were for sale separately with it. So, and so what he realized was, okay, the audio chip is a common failure point on these. Not particularly this one. But this guy ordered an audio board and popped it in the radio, and it blasted him out of his chair, and he never figured out what was wrong with it, and probably never used the radio again. So the radio did not have the jumper down here in the bottom. See the blue wire I added? It goes from pin, and so the jumper will either be on the board or on the radio or both. But if your original board had a jumper but your radio didn't have one on the bottom, and then you order another board to replace the blown audio chip and it doesn't have a jumper, it's not going to work correctly. So it's pin 18 and pin 20 need a jumper. I'm going to look and see if I can find information about this in the service manual. All I know is it works. So this is a 1315A board, and I'm not sure what would normally be in here, but I'm pretty sure it's this chip. That's the normal chip, which is not known to fail, but this is a 1976 radio, so it should be technically a later one. They did use some weird Sanyo big huge chip on some of them, and they did use transistors on some of them. So earlier ones will have a different one, but so what you would do is just jumper these. So that is all the way at the end is pin 22. There's 21, and 21 and 20 are already jumpered to start with on the bottom of here. Then you have 19, which these are the audio leads coming in. So there's the signal wire right there on 19, and then the ground side is on 18. So move that there. And then there's no connection on 17. So basically you've got pins 20 appear to be on the ground side shield, and pins 19 appear to be on the signal side. So for whatever reason, those need to be jumpered, either on the board or on the radio. So in this case, if you run into this, you probably just want to go ahead and do both. That way, no matter what happens, it'll work with whatever board you plug in. Doesn't matter if you have extra jumper. So but this will work in any radio now, and any board will work in this radio now. So it's kind of an interesting thing. I would have never guessed something so stupid. But yaesu did make a lot of variations of this radio. So let's pop the board in here and I'll show you. Alright, so let's see here. I'm gonna put this board back in here. kind of hard to get it in, sort of. They made it a certain way. And you gotta make sure this little strap is pinched underneath here. And I'm gonna push some of my wires back down because I've been moving stuff around in here. If I suddenly end up with a problem, it's probably because of that. Where is my other screwdriver? I don't really like using these stubbies, even if it does say snap-on. So I think there might still be another issue with birdies in the radio, but I'm sure that whatever it is going to be pretty easy to figure out. And also, because I have like 3 or 4 of these radios at my disposal, I can just keep playing slop-a-roo until I figure out where the problem is, because my other radios don't have the problem that this one has. So, okay, we got that there. Get it over here. This board's kind of hard to pull out. Now, my other radio has clear colored knobs. I'm not sure which one has the later serial number, but that's the wrong way. I just successfully got the board stuck. Okay, so I swear that's not the right way. Yeah, I had it right the first time. I'm like, or maybe I didn't. That's weird. Okay. Okay. Now I've got to attach all the other stuff back in here, but I'll just show you guys really quick. Let me zoom out. Okay. Works normal. Let's see. See, the marker's not on. And that's not the marker. So I don't know what's up with that, but anyway, we'll deal with that later. So, it's fixed, sort of.